Hi guys, it is Aoife from Friday We See Died Laughing and I'm here with a tag video today. So I'm going to do the Birthstone Book Tag, which I was tagged in by Tiffany over at About to Read, and I will leave her channel and the original video creator down below as well, and I will just get straight into it. So the first question, or the first bit, is January, which is Garnet, associated with warding off negative forces and dark energies. Name a book with the darkest or evilest character you can think of. And for a really dark character, I have to go with a character called Calidus in the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. This guy is just absolutely evil. He basically comes from hell itself, and just some of the things he does is just really awful. He's happy just to have everyone burning and dying around him, and he just does some really awful things. Obviously I can't say too much of what he does because there'll be spoilers for the series, but I just really hate him. He just does that character kind of that makes your blood boil because you're so angry at him for being, and you're so angry at everyone else for kind of just being so blind and letting him do what he's doing. But yeah, he's definitely a really horrible character. Number 2, February, Amethyst. Purple is the colour of royalty. Name a book with regal qualities. And for this one, I'm going to go for The White Queen by Philippa Gregory, which is obviously about the War of the Roses, or the Cousins' War in English history. And it's all about Queen Elizabeth, who was married to King Edward, and it's just about her time being married to him and the fact that she wasn't like royalty when she married King Edward. So it was like this really big deal that he went and kind of married a woman who, while wasn't poor, she was kind of almost considered peasant-like by everyone else because she didn't come from a royal line, and everyone thought that he made a massive mistake in marrying her, because if he had married, you know, a daughter of another country, it would have made an alliance. And yeah, so it's really interesting. She has to deal with that basically through her whole marriage with this guy, and then, you know, her children. And yeah, it's just really interesting. I just really love this series in general, but I particularly love this book. It's really good. Number 3, March, Aquamarine. Washed out. Name a wishy-washy character, or a character who's not strong or a follower. And I had a really hard time coming up with a answer for this question. I don't know what it is. I just couldn't think of any real character. So I'm just going to go with Bella from Twilight, because while she's not particularly strong, I mean, I think she just kind of followed the lead of others, but at the same time she's not like a proper follower, because she does sometimes go out and does things by herself. And while she is kind of pansy when it comes to Edward, and she kind of does what he tells her a lot of the time, sometimes she doesn't. But yeah, she's like the only character I could really come up for this question. So I don't even know if that's really right, whether she is really wishy-washy, but she's the closest character that I could think of. Number 4, April, Diamond. A diamond in the rough. Name a book that you love that isn't really well known. And for this one, I'm going to go with The Demon's Lexicon by Sarah Rees Brennan. People who know my channel are probably sick of me talking about this book, but it's just so good. It's, if anyone likes the Shadowhunter Chronicles, or just general YA supernatural, they would love this book, because this book came out like the very start of YA as it started to kick off. So it's like pretty old at this stage. I think it's like 10 years old or something. It came out in 2009, so it's almost 10 years old. But yeah, I just really love this book, and I think it's just one of those ones like that is just, people might not think much of it when they first go in, and by the time they're finished it, they will love it. So I really want people to read this book. It's really good. If you love demons, things about witches and wizards and magicians and all that kind of stuff, you will love this book. Please read it. May, Emerald. Said to balance energy. Name 2 characters who balance each other out well. And for this one, I'm going to go with Liesl and Rudy from The Book Thief. I just love Liesl and Rudy. I think they are just the cutest little pair of friends, and I think they would have made just a lovely couple. And the way I think they do really balance each other out with like insults, but at the same time they're really affectionate towards each other. They know they'll always be there for each other, and just calling each other sauerkraut and all that kind of stuff, and slagging each other. And I just love it. I just love their friendship, and the way he's always saying that, you know, he's gonna like he's always trying to get her to kiss him, and she's always saying never, and then you can see that though that she does really kind of almost want to kiss him in a way, but he is just mad about her, and she just doesn't realise it yet, but she's mad about him. And I just love it. They're just so cute together, and definitely Lysol and Rudy for this one. Number 6 is June and Pearl, which is associated with loyalty, and name a character who is loyal to the end. And this will probably make some people cry, but I'm going to go with Dobby from Harry Potter. He was just so loyal to Harry for so much, even when he was trying to get him, obviously when he was in almost like a slave to the Malfoys, he was still kind of trying to do things to save Harry, and he was just so amazing. He basically saved Harry's life in the Goblet of Fire, like really helped him out so many times. I'm so annoyed they left that out of the movies, because I think Dobby was such a huge part in those books and that you never got to see it. And then the things with Spew and all that kind of stuff. And all the stuff with his socks and the way he loves wearing all his socks, and I just love those. There's just those little bits that I really, really love. And then obviously the very end, which I also won't say in case people haven't read it, but he was loyal to the end. He was loyal to Harry to the very, very end, to his very last words. And yeah, I love Dobby. I really, really love Dobby. Number 7 is July, and it's Ruby, Blood Red. Name a book that made your blood boil and one that made you angry. For this one I'm going to go with I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai, and this one made me angry just because of the way girls and women were treated, especially in terms of them being denied an education so much. And it just makes me angry when I think that this goes on in the world every single day in different countries, like third world countries, that, you know, there are girls who just would love to be able to sit down with these books and be able to read them, and they can't because they're denied the simple education, denied the simple right to be able to read and write and just know their own minds, and they're just kept from that, and by small-minded people, and it just makes me so angry. So this book, listening to Malala's just talking about her country and the things that were denied to her and to other people and to other girls, just made me so angry. Number 8 is August, and it's Peridot. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, whatever. Pale green, it pales in comparison to other gems. Name a supporting character who you like better than the main character. For this one I'm going to go with a lot of characters in Harry Potter, but in particular Luna Lovegood. I love Luna Lovegood. She is just such a great character. She's so funny. I just love her so much. Anytime she showed up in the book, she's not in this book, but I just have this book out in front of me, so that's what I'm holding up. But yeah, definitely a lot of the characters in Harry Potter I actually liked a lot better than Harry himself. So yeah, definitely. Number 8 is September, which is Sapphire, which is blue like the ocean, which is calming. Name a book that has a calming effect on you. And for this one I'm going to go for Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi, simply because I adore this book. It's probably one of my favourite YA dystopian fictions out there. I just love it, love it, love it, and I will just read it again and again and again. I think I've read this like 3 times, and I'll be reading it again like soon. I'm going to try and read it again this year, but I love this series. I love the first book in particular. I love Perry and Arya. They are my OTP, and yes, I adore this book. Number 10 is October, which is Opal, and it's iridescent, so name an iridescent book. For this one I'm going to go with The Marble Collector by Cecilia Hearn. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it does have kind of gold on it, and it kind of shines when you're kind of moving it around, and the cover itself is absolutely beautiful anyway. I haven't read this yet, but I've heard it's really good. I really do want to read it. It's basically about a woman whose father dies, and then she finds his marble collection when she's like cleaning out his house, and she just starts finding out things about his life. I think he's dead, or she's cleaning out his house for some reason. She finds the marbles, but the marbles are all like connected to different moments in his life, and she kind of starts finding out about them. And yeah, it just sounds really, really cute. I do love Cecilia Hearn's writing, so I am looking forward to reading this. I just need to get around to it. November, which is Topaz and my birthstone, because I was born in November, and that is associated with resilience. So name a book with characters who rise to the top in a time of adversity. And for this I'm going to go with all the characters in the Infernal Devices, particularly Tessa, Will and Jem, because I think again and again they just are cool and strong, and they just face danger and they don't care. But I think this could go with any Shadowhunter anyway, and like any of the Shadowhunter books, because they all rise up in time, like in the time of adversity, and they kind of fight for what they believe in, and they fight for those they love, and they fight for those who are innocent. And yeah, but particularly these guys, because I just love Tessa, Will and Jem, and yeah, I just love this book. Number 12 is December, which is Blue Zircon, associated with friendship. Name a book with the friendship you want to be a part of. And when I think of friendship, I do think of Harry Potter and like the Golden Trio and stuff, but most recently when I think of friendship, I think of the Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, because this is just, the Raven Boys are this group of friends. They're so strong. They take in Blue, and you know, they make her a part of the friendship as well, and they're just so, they all have just amazing connections, and they all have individual connections to each other. Like, you know, we've Gansey and Adam, but then Adam and Ronan also have this thing, and then Gansey and Noah, and Ronan and Noah, and then Gansey and Blue, and Adam and Blue, and it's just so great, and I just love it so much. And yeah, I really love their friendships. So that is it for the Birthstone book tag. I'm going to tag some people down below, as I just don't have anyone written down in front of me right now, but I will tag a couple of people down below. And thanks for watching. Please leave a comment below with whatever your thoughts are during this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.